everyone, and welcome to week 2. This week we are going to be learning about America before the Constitution and the Constitution. So because this is the first week learning substantive material, the check-in is going to be a little bit longer than usual. Please bear with me. So before we get started with the usual parts of the check-in, the work you have this week, I did just want to do a quick clarification on the components in this course. So as we get started with our regular material this week, it's worth thinking about how would this compare to an in-person class. So in an in-person class, you generally have two components. You have classwork and homework. Classwork in an in-person class generally means the lectures and any class discussions. That would be done during class time with the whole class. In an in-person class, you would also then have homework. The homework would be done at your own pace at home, and that generally would be readings and any quizzes, that sort of thing. So in this class, we have both components done at home at your own pace. So the classwork for this class, just like for an in-person class, is lectures and discussions. It's just you'll be able to watch the lecture slides and look at the lecture videos at home at your own pace. You can also participate in the discussion boards at home at your own pace. The discussions are going to be based on short activities and will draw on the homework readings and lecture materials. Just like in class, a class discussion would involve generally an activity, and then you would have to tie that into what we're learning in class and what we read at home before class. Your homework for this class is readings and quizzes on those readings. Now, technically, the quizzes are based only on the readings, but if I think something was important enough to put on the quiz, probably also think it's important enough to put on the lecture materials. So odds are, if you're looking at the slides and watching the videos, you will get enough information to do the quizzes, but anything on the reading is fair game on the quizzes, even if I don't mention it in the lecture materials. So just keep that in mind. In my in-person classes, when I teach this, the quiz is due after class, and some people said they found it really easy to do the quiz just based on class materials. Other people found that they did still need to look at the homework materials. So it's basically what type of learner you are will determine how much of the textbook readings you're going to need to do the quizzes. Don't forget, of course, you do still need to do the readings to take the exam. Now, this week, when you're ready to get started, you'll head on over to the week 2 module, and you'll find all the weekly readings and lecture materials right in there. When you feel ready, the weekly assignments are your discussion board and the quiz. So the discussion board this week, the activity is actually to do the required lectures from last week. So if during week 1 you didn't look at that required lecture material, now's your chance to do it. So once you've looked at that, there are 3 discussion questions. You only have to answer 1 this week. And all of the questions are going to ask you to apply what you're learning about collective action problems during last week's materials covered in the activity this week and this week's materials as well. And you're going to apply that information to your own life. Now, when you do, you should be demonstrating that you're engaging with the class material for this week. And one way, but certainly not the only way, to do this would be to link your experiences to the collective action problems that America faced before the Constitution or in drafting the Constitution. So that's just one way you can go about doing that. Now, you can find out more information about what makes a good discussion board post in the syllabus and more module. You'll also see a grading rubric in there, and I will be giving you feedback on your week 1 participation as well, which can help guide you. So your initial post this week is due on Thursday. Your 2 replies to classmates are due on Sunday. This week as well, you have the quiz, and again, it's based on the readings, but you can definitely look at the lecture materials as well. You have 60 minutes to take it, and that starts once you open the quiz. Now, it will not actually stop the quiz after 60 minutes, so if you do need to walk away and come back, you can do that, but the timer will keep going. So I would encourage you to try to do it all in one sitting, and if not, shoot me an email and let me know what happened. It should not actually take you 60 minutes. If you are doing the readings and looking at the lecture materials before you take the quiz and it is still taking you 60 minutes to take the quiz, definitely reach out to me and let me know so we can talk about maybe some study strategies or alternatives to help you demonstrate your knowledge without taking up too much of your time. Now, if you're opening the quiz before you're looking at the readings, obviously it may take you longer to do the quiz. So starting this week, you will only get one try to take the quiz, so just keep that in mind. If something happens and you accidentally submit it without completing it, just email me and let me know and we can work through that together. So the quiz is due on Sunday. This week I have office hours on Thursday. You can book that on Calendly, but feel free to reach out if none of the times available work for you. Looking ahead, this week I'm going to tabulate your results from that anonymous survey that you took during week 1. And next week, I'm going to post some information based on that, as well as an extra credit assignment related to it. So have a great week. And if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch.